Rajinikanth and T Rajender, two very strong personalities, two people with aura and what to say, personalities that are very, how to say, very strong, and they've left an indelible mark in Kollywood. And T Rajender was what you can call him a semi underdog, meaning that he had his own popularity. His movies had done tremendously well. He gave top fight to Raja, in fact, with his natural music sense during the 80s, especially. And compared to Rajini, of course, T Rajender's one of his children, Simbu, has become a major star in his own right, compared to Rajini's daughters, who are more in the background of the film industry. So T Rajender has been a bit out of the limelight recently. He gave a few films in tandem with superstar Rajinikanth in the 80s, and almost the last kind of how to say releases were Padayappa and Monisha and Mona Lisa respectively. And from there, their how to say their trajectory significantly diverged, where Rajini went on to greater heights and T Rajender faded more or less to the background with the new generation of cinema viewers. But yet during his peak he made some super hit films, and those songs and even songs like Enga Thala TR by Anirudh, even until recently, TR, it shows that TR is not forgotten by the public, although he is not such a box office draw now. There are not that many actors with very very unique personality stamp and voice in the industry in Kollywood. Obviously, you have to have some element to become a famous star, but it's not easy to get your own style, as it were. And even if you have that style, to keep it interesting, right? You got a lot of people crazy, not to say crazy, Lusu Mohan, and you all know Crazy Mohan, but there's another guy called Lusu Mohan who used to speak a certain Madras slang which was quite popular for a while. You had Kumari Muthu with his eye, the way he does his eye and all that. It's like a one trick pony kind of a situation. Of course, you get legends like M.R. Radha, who had very interesting voice modulation, was Grace the villain. So T Rajender's style, his energy in acting, the way he used rhyming words especially, those things became trademark stamps for him. And in recent years, at least until his demise, Raghuvaran became like a great soulmate to Rajinikanth. Both of them vibed so well. The word chemistry, I think, and can very aptly describe both of them on screen. They had great chemistry. And you can see that Raghuvaran almost never, I think, never acted with Kamal despite all those years. So although Kamal denies the existence of Team A, Team B or actors camps, but it's quite obvious. People like Santana Bharati almost exclusively works with Kamal and so on. So with the exception maybe people like Nasser, who has worked with both of them, there is definitely a group of stars who are aligned to one star or another. So I mean, back to Raghuvaran. So he had this magical screen presence with Rajinikanth, and he had his own strong style, Raghuvaran style of dialogue delivery and his aura. So now that T Rajender has decided to act in, not to say act, I mean, yeah, he did act, I guess. He did dance. Dance is the correct word, in the Chikitu Vibe single in the film Coolie. So he has obviously aged a bit, but he brought in great energy, and his rhythm was the one that they used in the song. So one does wonder if T Rajender decides to give a comeback in Kollywood. Okay, maybe he need to work out a bit. I think Simbu can give him great tips. Simbu, from a chubby guy, has gone on to become so well chiseled look. So if TR make a bit of effort to just, he doesn't have to be like a young hero V-shaped body, but just a bit more trim, and somebody comes up with a strong script whereby Rajinikanth can play the role of a hero, and T Rajendar can play the role of a strong villain. You can imagine a film like Shivaji, one of those hits where Rajini's villain was Suman, who was supposed to be played by Satyaraj initially, and Suman, if you remember, in the I believe early 80s or late 70s film T, which was a remake of an Amitabh Bachchan film. Rajini plays a harbor worker, coincidentally, where Suman, who used to play a hero, played as his brother in that film. and subsequently in Shivaji, Suman played a villain's role quite decently, I might add. And so, if T Rajender can play a role of a strong villain to Rajini in a film, I think that will be very interesting. As I mentioned just now, the film Shivaji itself is a good model, and you can even have like let's say one or two songs produced, or how to say, music directed by T Rajender. I think his T Rajender's talents, he still has a lot in him, and I think the Tamil industry would do well to give him a platform to offer his art to the people. One more round, I guess you can say. In the 80s, interestingly enough, there was this rumors going around that one of T. Rajender's hit films, Uyirulavarai Usha, there was a plan initially for the script to be made for Rajini, and apparently he wanted to, of course, make it more. If Rajini had acted in that film, it would have been a bit more Rajinified. That's the word for it. A bit more mass and a bit more of those kind of elements. I think the senior journalist who talked about his discussion with T. Rajender about this Rajini drop project, he mentioned that the name, I think, if I remember correctly, is Saint Jayabal. Saint or Jane Jayabal, that's how it sounded like to me. Peculiar name, but anyway, T. Rajender is a very peculiar character. So there had been a kind of possibility of them collaborating in the 80s, but that didn't work out. But it's always enriching when Rajini combines with another strong character. What's interesting about Rajini is there is the ability to turn what looks like a negative into a positive, right? He is so-called dark skin hero. He was put in a villain's role in the beginning. His heroes' names are like Kabali and a lot of rough blue-collar type of name and so on. His heroes work in underdog jobs, maybe like a milk delivery man or auto driver, and yet he always comes out on top. So you put Rajini in a multi-star situation or a very strong other hero situation, he can still make the scene double in value and make fans even more excited. As you all know, he worked with Kamal, one of the most powerful actors in the South, and yet he held his own, right? So that made me think, why not he collaborate with people like T Rajender, and that will be a nice movie that I want to watch. But maybe not T Rajender alone. They can bring in a few other characters, regional stars and all, and sort of make a movie. Vettayan was kind of disappointing because they could have made a lot of cat and mouse game between Amitabh and Rajini. There would have been great drama, and they are very strong actors. But it was like a very mild friction, and then they become like buddies. And I think the director sort of the writing was gone there. If you see even films like Pushpa 2, you see how Fahad Fazil and the hero Allu Arjun, they have a battle of wits, and each challenging each other. That's a lot very enjoyable to watch. But of course, takes some effort in writing, some thinking, and how they outwit each other. So if you can find a good scriptwriter, which is really lacking in Tamil cinema now, they are just copying Korean films or remaking Hindi films, or like in the case of Atli, just taking old Tamil films and rehashing them into new, in a new bottle, as it were. So that is a bit of a problem there. But I think some seniors need to come back. There's no choice, because the younger generations, I think they need to be in apostrophe. Okay, I'm meaning in a positive way, ashamed, and see how these seniors can really kick ass, as it were. So what do you guys think? Would T Rajender or any other heroes you all want to think who will collaborate with Rajini in the future project to make it a hit? Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.